You see the term goal, resolution, vision. This is some of the words that we hear almost on a daily basis,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
We're bombarded by this term. Sometimes most of people are like, you know what, this is just like too big of a term. Just let me be. Let me just live my life according to how the day goes. But of course, the big question is when we talk about goal setting and just understanding the whole dynamics about goal setting, what would you say just to establish baseline?
Well, I would just like to be as untechnical as I can today,
right.
because sometimes all those technical terms
Yes.
really confuse. You know, people talking about goals, others talk about objectives, we talk about vision, we talk about purpose, mission, and all that. But I want us to try and bring it down to everyone to understand. Let's talk about the things that you really want to see happen in your life. Are there things you wish to see in your life as an individual, as a team, as an organization, as a family, as a country?
Yeah.
That's what we call goals. Basically, all the things you want to achieve. And I know the discussion is a very hot one because you know people feel frustrated by trying the same goals every year and it doesn't seem to work. And so out of that, the guys were like, no, for me, there's no need to set goals. There's no point.
It's not working.
But I'm here today as a persuasion coach to help someone know that I think it's important to set goals because in a world full of chaos, in a world full of distractions, you know, this is you wake up and you end up doing things you never planned to do. Okay. You go to social media, you end up checking all the things you never wanted to do. You get out to town, you meet friends who are calling from every direction. It is important to put yourself under focus because I believe as a coach that one of the most powerful ingredients of success is focus. And they say where focus goes, energy flows. So we need to be able to focus our energy around things we know we want.
Okay.
And the only way to know the things we don't want from life is by identifying the ones that are worthy, that matter, that are meaningful to us. And that's all I think we want to discuss about today.
Okay. You know, when you say identifying the things that we want, a lot of people will be like, listen, I want like $1 million in my account by today, you know? But then again, you know, others are like, fine, I want to live, let's say, in a certain neighborhood. I want this kind of a car. I want to live this certain lifestyle. But then again, getting themselves from that point of wanting to achieving it is where there's a big disconnect.
Absolutely. There's a difference between a wish and a goal. We have so many, actually, what we set as resolutions every year really are what I call wishes. I wish I would be in this neighborhood. I wish I had this kind of a car. I wish I went for this holiday destination. But you see, a goal is when you bring the wish into an action plan, into something that you're working towards. And as a deadline, and you really are committed towards achieving it. But otherwise, if it is not written down somewhere where you're following every single day, then all of us have wishes. And you know, as the wise men say, if all wishes were all horses, all of us would want to live in Karen. But the thing,
absolutely.
Definitely.
Live the good
drive
life.
a Lamborghini. But the truth is, only those that are so disciplined to pursue things that they think are meaningful in their lives. And we talk about purpose here. We talk about, you know, when we talk about general goals, people think of goals in terms of, I want to lose this weight. I want to achieve, I want to go back to class. I want to marry. I want to get new friends. That's how we
categorize and limit ourselves. And I think it's in one of my questions, because most of the time we tend to focus on 4 main areas. That is fitness, family or relationships, career, and
call them fitness, family, finances,
you know, and career as well. Yeah, but of course we'll also look at the whole aspect of then fine. It is important, like you said, to set goals because it somewhat sets the pace, you know, in terms of achieving them, but also gives you a sense of purpose and direction to achieve them. Now, Tessie has done so well in terms of achieving her goals and, I mean, setting goals and achieving them. And I'm really, really curious to understand, how do you do it? Because you have been consistent for a while now. And I know there's so many people who'll be watching you and be like, are you even human? Because how come you set your goals and you achieve them, you know, most of the time? So how long have you been consistent, Tessie?
So I'm generally a planner, Winnie. I love planning. It gives me a bit of direction when I'm able to plan. So when I started doing it more deliberately, it's been 4 years now.
Oh, wow.
I came across a tool called the Year Compass. And like the word goes, a compass just gives you direction. Simple, right? This is the vision of what I want in life, like Albert has put it. This is the vision of what I want. And so this is how I'm going to make that vision into a reality. If you don't have that kind of perspective, I don't think it's going to be easy for you to get what you want. Like you said, it remains a wish.
Okay.
So for 4 years, every year, what I do, I start with a reflection. Why reflection is important is I get to understand where I'm at. What has the year been like, the previous one, of course. Check in with myself. If I've not achieved my goals, I mean, all is not lost. Where do I want to go? Because sometimes you set 3-year, 5-year goals. So it's for me, it's usually a check-in. So where am I at? What have I done extremely well? And I pat myself on the back. What am I, challenged with, or what am I experiencing challenges on? What kind of help do I need? You see, when I map that out, planning for the next year is very easy because now I know this is where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going based on my long-term goals. So for me, it's always a check-in. Fortunately, I don't do it in January like everyone else. I do it on my birthday in November because for me, that's when my year starts.
Yes.
So I take time off to reflect, to introspect, check in with myself, motivate myself for the next step, whatever it is. That's why goal setting is important to me. It's a powerful, powerful process for me. Yeah.